Alright guys, welcome to STEM and Robotics. I am Mr. Reisdorf, or Mr. R. This is
Mr. Giesman or Mr. G.
In here, we're going to be going over the general class safety rules. There'll be multiple safety tests that you may have to take in either robotics or STEM, depending on the equipment we have you guys using. But we're going to be starting today with general safety. Now part of that, you'll see we're in masks right now because this is the year 2020. And we have a nice pandemic, and if you can't social distance like we're not currently doing, you need to have masks. But the preference would be, you got a mask on, and you're at least 6 feet apart when you can be. So we're going to practice those things, but right now, like I said, we're going to be going over general class safety.
Alright, so for STEM and robotics, we will be having the class safety rules test that we take. Alright, there is a general test on the front and on the back. You will see the miscellaneous test. Okay? And then, also according to, especially for STEM, we have specific tool tests right here, such as bandsaw safety test, electric sander safety test. We flip over. We have the drill press safety test, router safety test, and on the very back, we have the scroll saw safety test. Okay? And remember, this is going to be for STEM and robotics for the general test. Alright? You do need to get 100% on these safety tests in order to make our projects. So for instance, in 8th grade, you will make this clock. Okay? For 7th grade, we have the basketball game. And just remember, you do need 100% on the tests in order to continue on to make the projects.
Now that I'm socially distanced, I'm going to go ahead and pull my mask down so that you guys can see and understand me a little bit easier. When you're down here, one of the main keys that we have is safety, right? That's what we're calling these. We got our safety tests, safety for class, safety for machines. The big thing is you need to remember the ABCs of safety. And that goes when we're using any of the tools that are going to be on your tool wall, which will look something similar to this, depending on which room you're in. That also means when you're working with your partner. And what the ABCs of safety is it's always being careful. Right? The always being careful is making sure we're using the tools in the correct manner. We'll go over that in more detail as we go through the test. But so the main key is that we're always being careful, or ABC. Right? That's the ABCs of safety. Always being careful.
So what you just saw is an example of off-task behavior, which is prohibited, which means it is not allowed. Okay, we don't want you doing that. Here is going to be an example of on-task behavior.
How do you work this? Go ahead and take that, put it right over the top of that.
Okay.
When you're down in STEM and robotics, always wear your safety glasses when required. I'm going to show you where they're located and how they kind of work. Now, if you wear regular glasses or contacts, but especially glasses, right, they're not safety glasses. And what I mean by that is there's this sheet over here that tells you about different types of eyewear and protection. This is located in both classrooms and in the back. But what you'll see is they have an ANSI certification, which means they have safety features. Your prescription glasses are not good enough because they do not have those certifications. So once again, your regular glasses are not good enough. You need to have safety glasses. There will be a cabinet in your room. Your instructor will point it out, or you may see it when you come in. But this cabinet has your safety glasses. You're going to notice that it's nice and neatly organized. This is the way it should look at the beginning and end of class. There's going to be a colored side. That side is going to go down, and it's going to have the number that you can clearly see and read facing out. So if I'm in station 12, I have 2 pairs of safety glasses for station 12. When I get get them out. The difference you're going to notice between these and your glasses is there is peripheral protection. What that means is it protects the side of your eyeball along with the front. And that with them being ANSI certified means they're shatterproof. Now they're these little earpieces. They extend out or in. So if you have regular glasses, these should still fit over the top of them. If for some reason they don't, check with your instructor and we have some alternative ones we may give you. But most of these should fit over your regular glasses. So once again, always wear your safety glasses when required, and your prescription glasses are not good enough because they don't have this peripheral protection.
All students must follow teacher instructions before they do any of the steps towards their projects, okay? So for instance, right now, I am verbally giving you instructions. I am the teacher, I'm giving you instructions verbally, okay, in person. Now, if we go over here, there are instructions on our Google Classroom that we go to, all right? So in Google Classroom, we have our screen and we have classwork. Now, if I go to classwork and there's day 22, just like the process that you went through to get to this video, you're going to go to this day, which does give you instructions. Okay, so if we're making the clock right over here for our 8th grade STEM, we have our clock production videos, which you will click on. Okay, don't forget to read this part. But once you click on this, it'll transfer over to your YouTube videos. And for instance, I will verbally tell you on a certain day, go to step 3 for cutting, if that happens to be the step that you are on. Okay, so I will be telling you, go to this video on this day. You will once again go here, read through it, click on clock production for YouTube if we're in 8th grade STEM, and then there will be instructions on the YouTube videos. So once again, you have to follow all teacher instructions, which can be verbal, written, or on videos, just like I showed you here. Or it can be a combination of all three.
Hey, what are we doing? Have you been given permission to use that? No. Have you passed the safety test?
No.
Now remember, students should never use a piece of equipment until they've completed the test and have been given permission to do so. To do otherwise can put you in great danger.
Alright, so we're about to head back into the shop. Notice that we have our safety glasses on. Before we head back, we need to take care of a couple of things first. Before using any equipment, students should make sure that sleeves are pulled up, shirt is tucked in, and coat or jacket is taken off. And anybody with long hair ties it back.
Mr. Gieselman. Now, if anything appears strange or broken or not working correctly, tell your instructor immediately.
Ah, cheese and crackers, cut myself. Mr. Reisdorf?
Let me get you a Band-Aid.
Alright, so report any type of injury immediately to your instructor. No matter how small or big it is, tell your instructor immediately. Don't be embarrassed by it, no matter how big or small the injury is. Make sure that you tell your instructor about the injury immediately.
When we're done working, remember that we always clean up after yourself and return all material and equipment to their proper location. So for example, materials are going to go in your blue bin, more than likely, unless told otherwise by your instructor. Equipment's going to get wiped down during COVID and probably after COVID, where you're going to wipe down after your instructors sprayed your station. The equipment that you use before you put it away. That includes your keyboard. Remember to leave the computers open. But you're going to wipe down and then return all materials and equipment to their proper locations. After they've been wiped down, I'm going to go ahead and put them back where they belong. Make sure you pay attention to the direction that some of the tools go. I'll have an outline that goes with it. Make sure when you've watched the video on the soldering iron and glue gun that you're putting them away by wrapping the cords correctly. So once again, you'll be shown how to properly wind the cords like the glue gun around the middle before you put them away.